Well, it's the beginning of January here in the Pichonnière Valley. Am I mispronouncing it? Am I pronouncing it wrong the whole time? Is it Pichonnière? I don't know. We went ahead and we went into January. We left you at the beginning of December. I thought about a grass roller came up in the used equipment at the beginning of December. If it was still there at the end of December, I was going to buy it. It had over a 6-meter width, and you could put a seating unit on it. I don't know if you can roll clover like grass. Maybe you can. That would have been one thing. But the other thing would be, it was like over 6 meters. It would be a lot quicker to put alfalfa in with that. But it disappeared. And we ended up not getting it. And then there was nothing to do in December anyway, because we're waiting until January to sell our hay and our clover hay, which is now. The garden's turned off, so there wasn't anything to do other than watch used equipment, which I'm not necessarily in the market for, and I missed what we probably should have bought. So, yeah. Money's gone down a little bit. We had some, maintenance expenses. So yeah, we dropped below 70,000 euros. Let me drink my coffee. It's a little warmer. It's not as cold as it was there in December. So light door. And I did load up the Lizard Dragon. Probably easier if I just go around this way. With the hay bales, I probably could have got more on, but it's just not really wide enough or big enough to be able to do that. So I've got 5 on here. We may need to buy a trailer and tow it with the tractor so that we can move more at once. Of course, the question is, at that point, moving more slowly versus fewer quickly, what's the difference? Okay, so we know we're going to the animal dealer with this. So we'll just head straight up there. See what we can get for these hay bales. And then I think what we'll do is we will buy a small trailer, because we need to increase our ability to haul grain. And maybe at the same time, we can get a trailer that we can take the extensions off and use it as a bale trailer, and maybe take more than just this. Fit more than 5 on there. If we can fit them across, even if it's the same size as this, but it's big enough that we can fit them across without it hanging over too much. I think those stanchions sticking up in the back on this would keep us from getting more on here. You could put 1 in the back, I suppose, and we could get 9 on here. I don't know. But we don't really have a trailer other than that old wooden one, so it wouldn't hurt us to get a trailer. And they're not too expensive. I've got one in mind. Should work for us. There was a plowing contract in December for a massive field, and it paid like 50,000 euros. I probably should have done that. It would have took forever to do, I'm sure. And it wouldn't have been fun to watch because it takes forever, but it would have been good money. Matter of fact, I'm almost regretting it now. We will check contracts, see what we can do. Probably would have been a good idea. It's probably the biggest field on the map too. Of course, I'm not, kind of don't like borrowing equipment. You know, we go over to Julian's, sometimes we use his. But borrowing the equipment through the system that comes with the contract and stuff, sometimes that feels a little, I don't know, overpowered. You could do fairly well, or do really well, without probably the input that you need to. So I don't tend to like to do that on Let's Plays where we're kind of trying to struggle a little bit. Trying to struggle. Probably not a great idea. But you don't want things to be too easy, even though I do have it set on easy economy. And I do that, I didn't use to. I always played on normal economy, because it's like, well, why should, oh God. Why should we play on easy economy? But the difference is you just get paid better. The prices are different. And for viewing, it's important to show progress. So if we can progress just a little bit quicker, hopefully it'll maintain your interest. Let me go ahead and unstrap that. So 2,600, not a ton, not bad. I'll take it. So like I said, we're gonna go back. I will grab a tractor and we'll go up to the store. And buy a trailer and see if that'll work better for us. I'm not sure what is my quickest tractor, if it's the one with the front loader on it, which isn't as high a horsepower, or if it's my highest horsepower tractor. Neither of them are particularly fast. I know you probably don't want to watch a whole lot of driving around and stuff, but this map is really pretty. And at different times of the day, you know, it looks different. But yeah, I can understand, you know, a lot of, there's nothing going on, it's too boring. I'll just enjoy it while I'm doing it, and I'll share with you some of it. Alright, I'm gonna park up here because I don't want to walk too far back to the tractor and everything, so I'm gonna just park over by these combines. Nice little tractor. Let's see, so we're sitting at 72,000 euros. We got a bit of money. Now the chicken coop I want to put in maybe sooner than later. It's at least 25,000, I think. But we just, right now we're here for a trailer, but we will check, see what you have for used equipment. Yeah, everything's really too big for us. Even the sprayer that we bought, I think, might be too big for us. So under trailers, I loaded in, and it's really similar to this FarmTech EDK 650, but it is a Brantner Euro line. Essentially the same thing, but slightly different. And we want the 8-meter extensions. What do we want? With the toolbox, I think. And we're going to leave the color anyway. Is this the right one? Hang on. No, I wanted the Krona Emsland. And we want the full extensions. We're going to leave the colors as it is, and we're going to leave the ladder on it. Now, this is a dolly trailer. That's probably a mistake, but I think it might have an auto load function. Thank you. When we get over to it, we'll take a look at it. I think it has an auto load function because I was anticipating the little tiny small squares being such pain. Oh, but none of them worked, right? None of them worked with those bales. Anyway, that's what we got. It will be potentially quite the pain if we take it across the yard, though. Of course, we will, because that's where our well, I'll have to put it into bale configuration. I'll find out if it's auto load anyway. Yeah, this is what we got. I thought this through earlier. I'm going to assume I made a good decision. Unfortunately, we can't tow this with the Lizard Dragon. I don't know why. That would be nice if you could figure out how to make that ball hitch work with the pin hitch. It's just annoying. Alright, let me drive this back down there. It's going to take a little bit. Once we get there, we'll convert it into a bale trailer, and yeah, I think we'll be able to fit more bales on here, and we'll take the clover hay. We're at 9:20 now. I'm arriving back at the farm. I had this guy following me in a black sedan. He went to go past me a couple of times, and both times he got up next to me and then he'd stop. I tried to stay right as far as I could and everything to let him pass, but he never tried again after that. Alright, so it is a dolly trailer, which is going to make things fun. I gotta try and back it into that small little spot right there. Maybe I should move that tractor instead of trying to do it this way. I don't know. Let's see if we can just make it happen without too much drama. I gotta kick this side over. Backing these things up, it is an art, and there's a point where you get too far and that was it. And it just ends up going it goes sideways on you. So I want to kick it over this way, get it started, and then you got to kind of start straightening out sooner than you think, but then not too much. But we got to kind of get it going the other way now. If I didn't have I'm close, but the baler is there. I mean, it's not bad. I'm doing okay. Okay, now straighten out. But I think I'm gonna end up being too close to the front loader. I should move it. But I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna get it over enough, am I? I need to get it over that way. Okay, then straighten it. I'm just, it's too close of a finesse. Is it, you think I can pull it off there? I don't know. It might actually be the trigger, hopefully. It is. All right, so we're going to customize. And we're going to change it to bale trailer. And then what I'll do, see, it's just a bigger surface than I think we had with the back of the Lizard Dragon. Let me hook up to it again, and then I want to pull up the help menu and see what we can do with this. Okay, it is not an auto load like I thought maybe it might have been. So yeah, we're just gonna have to load it. I think maybe the reason I wanted to buy it, wanted to use this particular one, is because it was so inexpensive. We've got enough money right now that that's probably not the most important thing for us anymore. There was a time when it being cheap was probably the most important thing to us, but yeah, that's not necessarily the case anymore. That we have more than 50,000 euros, but yeah, the least amount we can spend, the better. Oh, I did go hide that snow. Hopefully it melted. I put it in the tree line over by where we have the dirtinator. It's stashed in the kind of the shrubs by the side of the field. Okay, so take our Renault and see if we can load more bales on this than we could on the back of the Lizard Dragon. That's kind of the whole reason we got the bale trailer. We are going to have to do it somewhat carefully. Did I get both? You've seen me struggle with loading, well, not necessarily struggle, but you've seen me load bales and stuff before. So we'll do it as a time lapse. Try and do it as best I can. But no need to watch this in real time. It'd help if they were a little more level too. I think this is the last one I'm gonna put on here. I was very briefly I barely got it up. I'm gonna take the win. It's on there. It doesn't look right, but I'll take it. I thought maybe I could get 8 across the bottom, but I can't. Straps are a little odd on this trailer. And then this Renault has a tendency to lurch forward. It's one of those tractors. And it does it, you just have to train yourself to be better. When you mash on the accelerator pedal in reverse, it lurches forward. If you just ease onto it, it backs up. But watch if I mash on the reverse pedal. Oh, now it works. I guess it's kind of the which way is it shifted. There we go. So if I mash on it now, it goes forward, yeah. But if it's already into reverse, it will go back. But I think that's probably the best we're gonna do. I was kind of hoping I could slip one on here. If I got this one up tight to the front better, maybe could get it on there, but it's tough. If you strap it while it's still on the bale spikes, generally they tend to lock the bale spikes in as well, so that's no good. So we'll go ahead and take the clover hay up to the animal dealer. It's kind of weird that there's no straps in between here, but yeah. I mean, there's 10 on there. That's not bad. Twice as much as we were fitting on the lizard dragon. A little bit of a drive. I don't know if that was the same guy or not, but finally did pass me. Let's turn the beacon light off. So this is the clover hay. I think next time we'll try and do clover silage. We'll have to buy a wrapper. before that, but I think that's what we'll try next time. Next time we cut the clover. Can I turn enough? I think so. There we go. And then I'll just go ahead and unstrap it. So 9,000 euros for that. That's not bad. Not great. Next time we'll see what we can get for the clover silage. I've got a couple of hay bales and I got 5 bales. That'll fit on the Lizard Dragon. I think that's what we'll load up for the next trip. And I think maybe we'll do it in late January. I don't think there's really much else to do here. I guess I can check and see if Julian needs any help on his farm. But barring that, yeah, maybe we'll just see you again in late January. I'll have the remaining clover hay and hay loaded onto the Lizard Dragon. We can take it to the animal dealer, sell that. It'll probably be worth about 5,000 euros. And maybe if Julian's got something he needs done, we can help him with that at the end of the month. But other than that, I think that's probably good. Now you see the money's gone down even more. I went ahead and I put in the chicken coop and silo. I just couldn't help myself. It wasn't that bad, a little over 25,000. Did a little bit of landscaping, make it blend in. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm not too upset about it at all. Let me show it to you. Got snow in the forecast. Nothing going on really. I did load up the Lizard Dragon. Actually, let's drive it over and then we'll take these bales. I got the 3 clover hay bales on the bottom, hay bales on the top. We'll sell that. We should get, what do you think, maybe about probably about 4,000 euros for that. I don't know why I use my turn signal when I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's no risk of any traffic coming around. But force a habit, I think it's probably a good habit to be into. I hope that's not too loud. So it is going to make it a little more challenging to get around to our garden area, I think. Actually, let's go ahead and see how it is. Yeah, it's okay. I think we will be able to get in here. It'll be alright. Turn that turn signal off. We'll leave it running here for a minute. So it's got a little bit of a slope to it and stuff, but it's not bad. Not exactly perfect. I'd like it to be better, but I'll take it. And then we'll put chickens in here. I think I would like to load up like the, what is it, like the little chicken crate mod. But I think to start with, this will hold 70. I think we'll just go ahead and buy some chickens, but we'll need some food. So when we go sell those bales, I don't think you can buy it at the sell-by warehouse. We'll head up to the store. So it's got kind of like a little, room off to the side here, which is kind of nice, and I'll get into it from here as well. Yeah, and then there, and then this opens also. So it's, I like it, and it fits in, and we were able to blend it in not too bad. So I'll call it a win. I think so. I think it. We had a little bit of difficulty with, you know, sometimes I didn't level the ground first. I didn't, you know, override it with the place anywhere kind of thing. So, yeah, sometimes you can't clean that up very good. So the best thing to do is just throw some bushes over it, kind of try and hide it. In the wintertime, it's not as effective, but not as effective at hiding it. Let's see if we can back out here. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think. But it's okay. It'll work out. It'll all work out, I think. I wish I could get rid of that decorative object, but I can't. So we're going to run up to the animal dealer, sell this, probably about 4,000 euros. Then we'll head up to the machinery store. We'll get some chicken feed, and we'll get the chickens delivered in. And we will get the chickens going. And we still have 50,000 euros to play with in case something great comes up in used equipment. The bale wrapper I want to get, I think it's the Euro milk one. Not too expensive. I've never used it before. Should work okay for us, I think. We don't need to get it right away, so we'll wait, see if maybe it'll show up used. I will check the price on it. Try and make sure we at least keep that amount of resources on hand. We're gonna need to buy seed. I might. But we'll go with what we got for now. I'm just gonna get the chicken feed. Probably get the small bags, like the group of small bags. And maybe we can use our wheelbarrow too. We've got that, we haven't used it. Maybe it'll come in handy. Try and make this as interesting as possible for you, and for me. I play for me, I share it with you. I like to have fun doing it. Hope you enjoy watching, and maybe it gives you ideas for your own playthroughs that you're doing. I mean, mod reviews are great. Seeing stuff in action, seeing the creativity of other players. I think is great. It's all part of the community. Speaking of which, FarmCon's coming up, right? Actually, it's probably going on as we speak, because this is recorded a day or two in advance. Once I get these sold, I'll probably just jump cut up to the store. I might take a creative route just to enjoy it, but yeah, you probably won't see it at all. All right, let's see what we get. $36.48, $213, so 38, nearly 39. Like I said, about 4,000 euros. I'm gonna run up to the store. I'm gonna take a creative route. Hopefully I won't get stuck in the mud down here. I know there's a puddle. It is problematic, but I'll see you up at the store in a minute. Driving up the store. That was a nice drive. I'm going to do my best to try and work that in. So we were traveling through a part of the map that we very rarely see just because of where we chose to locate our farm and everything. So I'll have to try and do what I can in editing to ensure that we can try and include that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buy the seed from here, just so, you know, we don't waste a whole lot more time. I don't know if it costs us any extra to get it in this form factor, for lack of a better term, but what I would like to do is get this back to the farm so we can get the chickens. And I know we haven't done much, but I think we should be alright. Can I fit 2 more in here? Push those a little bit. Yeah. Just one stack right here. Alright, you've seen this route back to the farm, so we're not gonna include hardly any of it because we've seen this part of the map many times before. So I'll see you back at the farm. Quick. Alright, I'm arriving back at the farm. There are different ways you can do things. Some are a little more simulation than others. Some are just, hey, the easy way to get it done. Play the way you want to play. And I'll play the way I want to play. Doesn't mean I won't listen to suggestions and stuff. There are easier ways to do things than the way I choose to do them much of the time. I do it just because, well, sometimes just because you can. So I could have drove the truck over there and we could have put this in there, but I've got this this wheelbarrow here. I don't know how much it'll hold. These will hold, well, there's, yeah. It'll hold maybe 500 to 2,000 depending on which one you have. I'm sure I have probably the one that holds 500. So each of these bundles of bags is 250. So it should hold 2 of them. Yeah, maybe more. But that's good. It says it's spring wheat. And it was wheat before. I don't know. Oh, it's snowing now. I'm hoping... Oh, it says wheat now. All right. Yeah, what I'm wondering a little bit is whether this spring wheat, winter wheat is going to be a problem with the chicken coop over here, but I think it'll be okay. This is a long way to be pushing a wheelbarrow. I think I'm gonna start keeping the wheelbarrow over here. Maybe we'll continue to use it to feed the chickens. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But it's fun to do it this way for right now. Because it's winter time and there's not much farming going on. So let's make it storyline and stuff. I'm not sure where it goes over here. Oh, it's getting dark too. My guess is it's over here to the left somewhere. I might have to pull up the interactive zone markers. I am going to bring in the chickens. Let's start with at least 20. So, yeah. And we're going to get 6-month-old. $20 of them. That don't cost nothing. And, of course, a rooster. There we go. So we've got... Look at that, we got chickens! So let's hop on this again and see if I can figure out where this goes. Maybe over here by the door would be better. Yep. Okay. So there we go. We've got chickens. We've fed them. Set that down. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna lean down by my new chickens that I got, and I'm gonna say, hey, thanks for hanging out with me here in Pichonnière Valley. You know, we're moving along. We're doing some stuff, and I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this map. I'm hoping that you are too. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, why not? It don't cost nothing. We'll see you next time. See what we can do in February.